got one. Oh, got one. Grab the net, grab the net, grab the net. Before I get into the demo of the Livingston flipper, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did reach out to Herbie and I really wanted to have him on here talking about this lure because he was a big part of the design team when it came out, but he's right in the middle of his fall musky hunt guide season up here at Andy Myers. So I really wanted to get this out. I will have Herbie on over the winter where we can talk about a lot of the Livingston stuff, but such a cool, unique bait in that it does classic crankbait stuff that guys that like the Triple D will instantly recognize. It's got that really cool action on the pull, and a lot of guys like to use a suspending Triple D in the fall, so it just kind of hangs there in the water, really gets those, negative to neutral or slightly, sluggish fish to go. And what I found with the flipper is that you can do that, and you will see that in my demo, and you can use it a bunch of different ways, more than I really expected. And one thing that I was not prepared for is how loud it is in the water with the ball bearings and the chamber in it. This may be the loudest lure that we have ever tested at 54 Bust underwater. It's absolutely amazing how loud it is in the underwater footage. And I will leave some clips at the end, which is just some unedited audio of the lure underwater. So just a really loud, unique bait. You can do a lot with it. And this style of bait in the fall on Shield Lakes does surprisingly well. I fished with Jeremy Smith, and we did an episode of the Ontario Experience quite a few years ago. I'll leave a link down below where he was throwing a Triple D late into the fall with a lot of success. And I think that we tend to look away from some of these crankbaits in the fall as we start to go to rubber, but it's a dive and rise, it's a crankbait, it's almost a glide bait as well. So just a really unique bait. And because I didn't have Herbie on, I'll put a link down below to one of the videos where he talks about it when this was introduced. But let's go have a look at our in-boat demo and some underwater footage of the Livingston Lures flipper. And make sure you guys stick around to the end if you want to see just some unedited, isolated shots underwater with no talking over top. Appreciate you guys. Hey guys, back with another segment. This is the flipper from Livingston Lures. And it's one that it doesn't look like a whole bunch. It just looks like a crankbait with a little bit of a whale tail on it. But it's a unique bait in the water in that it's a dive and rise, but it's almost like a pull and stop bait. And it's one that at first I wasn't sure was going to fit my style of fishing, but I've really learned to like it, and it's became one that I've got a lot of confidence in. There's a couple ways you can use it. What I like to do with it, just get it casted out, and then I just do either pulls down or to the side, and you can feel it digging in the water. And then as I get close to the boat, I just kind of give it that little bit of a death pause. And the very slow rise, and there's two models. There's a standard rise and a slow rise. I like the slow rise because it just really slowly wobbles up. And what this does is puts that in front of a fish's face longer. And then again, in the figure eight, because it's built like a crankbait, it's just got really cool action in the eight. It has so much action versus a standard dive and rise, which just doesn't have as much action at the boat. The other way we can use it is cast it out and just straight retrieve it, and you feel that kind of classic crankbait action. It's just digging side to side, got a lot of body wobble, and again, close to the boat, you can just pause it and give it that little bit of a death pause, and then crank it into your 8. Oh, I just had a little pike take a swipe at it right there. it just gives you a lot of options. And one other thing that I've kind of noticed that I can do with it, if you're gonna reel it a little slower, you can almost give it a glide bait action where you just hop it back and forth, almost like a walk the dog or a glide bait, and it really jumps around, nose goes side to side, and it gives it a bunch of action. So a lot you can do with it, very versatile, and it's one that I've been throwing now for a little bit, been getting a lot of action on it, couple good hookups. I think it's one that, given enough time, I'm gonna have a lot of confidence in it. That is the Flipper from Livingston Lures. Okay, so we're in the power hour here, kind of got moonrise. And how long ago was it today, Dave, where I was doing a little demo on this particular lure?
About an hour ago, I'll say.
Hour and a little bit ago. Livingston Flipper. And
Totaled the hooks.
totaled the hook. It's not a huge musky, but really cool eat in the fact that we're over 25, 30 feet of water. We got current coming in, and this fish, I just seen something rip up on the graph, and by the time I looked over, this thing had just crushed my bait. I'm like, Dave, I'm on. And those ones are kind of pandemonium in the boat, right, Dave? Because you got no time for anything.
Yeah, you got decisions to make.
Yeah, but because we're in power hour, we're not going to waste a whole bunch of time here. It's not a huge one, it's not going to break the internet, but it's a real cool eat in the fact that it come right up and grab that flipper. Especially because I had just said that this lure's, you know, it's starting to gain confidence for me. Nice little guy. He come up, just crushed it.